Hello people, welcome to Fuchsia City. Let's get on with exploring this because in this video there's going to be a long process to explain and I want to do everything before we explain that, which means the gym video will be cut to probably the next one. But meanwhile, we're just going to explore Fuchsia City because like with every city we like to talk to everybody so we can get all of the things that we could, you know, maybe explore all the features. My grandpa closed his far zone, and now that we have an empty lot, my dad decided to run the Pal Park. It seems that catching and releasing Pokemon runs in the family, as you have a bunch of Apoms. You probably migrated those from another region. I was going to say universe, but we're all in the same universe. Fuchsia, there is not a lot to do here, to be honest. Without the Safari Zone, you know, like that guy said, it's all the way over in... I believe, what was it? Like Olivine? No, Olivine is Cianwood. That's what I'm thinking of. Okay. Olivine's just my favorite city. Is that really all of the houses? I knew this place was small, but I didn't know it was that small. Anyways, let's see. I know there is one guy that we have to talk to before we get to the Pal Park. Koga's daughter succeeded as blah, 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 whatever. Is it in here? There's a guy that trades shards. I know this because I've used this guy a couple times. Did Professor Oak give that to you? No. Hocus pocus poof! See, I look just like her now, huh? Didn't work? Nah. That is actually going to be the gimmick of the gym, so... What am I looking for? I know I'm looking for something. There's a guy who gives you berries for shards, and I'm just trying... Maybe I should just try talking to all the random people. Moved before I knew it. It was the city's main attraction. Well, you guys have the Pal Park now, so it doesn't matter. Elite 4 used to be the Fuchsia's gym. Yep, Koga. Shard de Berry. There we go. This guy. Shard de Berry. Yeah. I trade berry for shard. If you bring me some shards, I'll give you 3 berries. Oh, I don't have any shards. Okay, whatever. I'll go ahead and put these on the screen while I explain them. But if you have red shards, he will give you a Persum, Raz, and Pomeg berry. If you have a blue shard, he will give you a Bluck, Kelpsy, and Corn berry. Yellow shards, he'll give you Pineapple, Greppa, and Nomel. And for the green, he'll give you a Whippear, a Hondu, and a Durin berry. So green shards are mostly for the competitive berries if you want them. And a yellow, if you ever want a Nomel. There's a notice here. The Safari Zone is closed. Instead, we have Pal Park. Welcome! I've heard trainers complain that rare Pokemon take longer to appear. Is it easier to start with common Pokemon? The current record holder is Silver with 2,000 points. Can you top... What? Silver has used the Pal Park? What? Oh, me? No, I never catch Pokemon myself, but I enjoy catching shows a lot. I love to see Johto and Hoenn Pokemon especially. The regions I've never been to are so mysterious. My son is a big fan of yours, Gold. Are you that famous? Am I famous? Gold's catching shows. Wow, are you Gold? I haven't even done a show yet. Okay, whatever. I want to spend an incredible amount of time on this. I've already talked to this guy because I wanted to make sure this worked in advance because I've mentioned this before, but this is on an emulator. And the process for using this on an emulator is incredibly difficult. So I want to go over an immense amount of time explaining this, and because it does work on an emulator. What I'm using is Melon DS, and unfortunately it does not work on that. But you can export a file onto DesMume and use it off there, and then export it back to Melon DS, and that is how you can get it onto your save file on Melon DS. It is an incredible amount of time, but, you know, whatever. So, I want to show off how it works normally. First, you need to have the original Nintendo DS, you know, the one with the GBA slot at the bottom. You have to have the National Dex in order to migrate this, and that shouldn't be a problem. Both Gen 4 regions don't have the Pal Park until post-game, so good job. With Pokemon cartridges in, go to the main menu and select Migrate from whatever, you know, game you're at, and pick your 6. Probably my only critique is only being allowed 6 at a time. And also, before I mention this, please have the Pokemon you want to migrate in the box. You can only select box Pokemon. Then load into the game and catch them. By mentioning this, I realized that there is a vast amount of people through emulation. There's a process involved, and I would like to take time to go through it because this isn't something exclusive to hardware, as I've mentioned before. I'm not too fond of tutorial-style videos. I've tried doing them before, and I've realized that my word choice isn't too specific, but I will try to make this as particular as possible, so it's an exception I'm willing to make. I want to do a tutorial-style video on this. With that being said, I also would like to mention, please listen to this word for word. If you don't and you just assume, then you're probably going to have a lot of problems because it is a pretty detailed process. I also wanted to just constitute my positioning on emulating because I know this is a gray area, but like, I know like Nintendo doesn't really like it, but like there are a lot of videos on YouTube already with this in mind, so I might as well just be able to enjoy it. I'm gonna become big. Anyways, let's get over to doing this process. First of all, I'm gonna unfull screen my screen, so that means I'm gonna bring my mouse up. What you're gonna want to do right off the bat, save. You cannot export a save state, you have to export the save. If anything, this should already be set up in your files, but when you save, it'll create a separate file on its own. You want to go into the files and take that. Also mentioning, you want to save on the GBA game that you're playing. For me, it was Fire Red. I already did that, and I already have all the boxes in there. Once you have that, you can close this out, and you're going to be able to see my desktop. Now, you're going to want to go to DesMume. I'm using 9.11, which I know is pretty outdated. I know they have like 0.9.13. I don't know if that works. I know it works on 0.9.11, but if you are using 0.9.13 and this does work, just let me know in the comments because I actually want to know. First, what you want to do is you're going to go to configuration, GBA slot, right here, and you want to go load that save that you have. I have it on the entire game, but like, you know, it's fine. It's whatever. And you're just going to want to open that. Boom. Now it's right there. Okay. You want to do this before you load up DesMume. Or the save for DesMume. So, now that you have that loaded in, now you want to go open your Heartgold. I've been playing Heartgold this entire time. And then, you want to import that backup memory. It's going to be that save state that you created. This one right here, you're going to want to do that. This right here, it's going to be auto-filled and everything is already correct. If you don't have any of this set up already and you want to like set it up like this is what you want. Top, flash 8-bit, flash 4-bit, 4-bit, and then the whatever hell that byte is. All right, and then you go OK. Load up. I should probably take this off. Oh, that's going to look terrible. I already know. The reason why I also haven't been using DesMume is because like I like the online features and then also like that. And then you'll get Migrate from Fire Red right there. Yes. Pokemon cannot be returned to the Game Boy Advance. So once you do this, they're stuck in Heartgold forever. Choose the 6 Pokemon I want to migrate. Wow, why I have a lot of Pokemon. Also, why can't I use my D-pad? We're just going to do our 6 starters. It knows an HM. No! We have to get rid of HMs? That's so cringe. We can do this later. Wow, how many of my Pokemon know HMs? Okay, so we're just gonna import those two, I guess. Maybe an Executor. Maybe a Nidoking. Clefable. And the Snorlax. Is that 6? Okay. Yes, I guess we have to get rid of our hidden moves. And it'll save data on both. And once you have those migrated, you can go into the game. Wow, that looks terrible. Okay, who aren't satisfied with the Safari Zone, come to their catching Pokemon. Now that we have that done, yes, I am gold. Thank you. We would be honored. Yeah, sure. Okay, let's do this. Let me explain how Pop Rock works. You can do these basic rules. I guess we'll have them explain. Where you're timed on catching the 6 Pokemon, 6 special Pokeballs. And they were required, I guess. If you don't, you could always just catch them again. The catching show. You'll be given 6 Park Balls. Use Park Balls to catch them. Anything else? Okay, well, this guy's very basic, I guess. The supported games are Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Fire Red, and Leaf Green. The only ones that you can transfer from. Also known as the GBA games. And also you can't use a DSi. Good thing to know. I actually did not know that. Okay. Sure, let's take part. Let's participate in this. Give him the 6 Park Balls, and we gotta beat Silver with 2,000. Let the countdown begin. 3, 2, 1, start. And all you just kind of do is run around. And we're gonna find our Snorlax. Yeah, the one that I should have caught. The one that I caught in Fire Red. The one that I probably also should have caught in this game. I which I'm mad about. This one doesn't have leftovers. It's holding a chesto berry, by the way. The reason why there's a time limit is that if you ever want to try like bringing over legendaries, those take a while to find. How easy it is to find them is based on their rarity. So if you ever want to import, like, let's just say like a Moltres, it's going to take a long time to find that, which is why there's a time limit. Or a step counter, I think. I think it's a step counter. They said time limit, but it's probably just a step counter. We're going to find a Nidoking. Still haven't found our 2 starters yet. I will be getting rid of those HM moves so I can bring all of them over. You'll be able to see that. And 2 down. I really want to find one of our starters. I want to bring our starters over. That was the whole reason why I wanted to show off the PAL part. It's cool because this is how like you were able to complete the entire national dex was this PAL park. It was a very easy way of doing it. Wow, I'm not finding any Pokemon, but this is like the easiest way to do it for all the national Pokemon. Because like starting with these later games, you could not like catching them all was harder and harder. And this was the only way. Now that we have the Pokemon Bank and all that, like it's easy now, but like we didn't have that back then, so this is how we did it. Still haven't found our starters yet, or our old team. I think I only brought over Jolteon and Digdug. I don't even call it Dugtrio, I just call it Digdug just because like it's such a good name. Can't go over in the water. Oh, please tell me this is one of them. Hey, Digdug, level 58. Come back. I like how it says come back like I'm retreating it instead of like an actual opponent where it says, oh, so close. There we go, we got one of our old teammates. And is this going to be our Jolteon or is it going to be the Rando? Oh, our Rando Clefable. Level 8 Clefable. A lot of these are just random Pokemon because in order to get the national dex from Fire Red, you have to catch at least 60 Pokemon. So I remember just going into like the Safari Zone there and catching a bunch of Pokemon and then getting a bunch of Stone evolutions and leveling up as early as possible. Also getting a lot of Bug Pokemon because it's very easy to get them leveled up early. Thank God we don't have to do that to get the national dex in this game. And last one is going to be Jolteon, who's, I guess, being a little picky about trying to be found. I don't want to retire yet. I want to find it. Ooh, all those black specks, that's not my recording. It is actually just straight up the game, which is another reason why I chose Melondius, because I didn't want those black specks floating all around the entire time. But once I get this Jolteon, we'll head back over to Melondius. If this Jolteon would ever like to be caught. Who knows? Shouldn't be that hard to find Jolteon. Oh, speaking of which. There he is. Blitz and Bam. Been so long. Can't wait to see these guys. Ding dong, congratulations. Successfully caught the stocked Pokemon. The audience sure enjoyed watching your catching show. Alright, let's see your all-important score from the show. 450. Oh. I didn't know that's how they divvied it up. I don't really care. None of these points really mean anything other than getting a berry. So, like, right? We also beat Silver, so. Yes, put him in a box. Pokemon have in a box away. You'll now have to save the game if you want to do another catching party, blah, yada, yada, yada. This is at the point in which if you want to go back to the other emulator, you save it and then repeat the process by importing back over there, and then you get all the save data. It's pretty simple. But for right now, we're just gonna see our little guys. Oh, they're all in box too. I don't like that. Hey, look at them. You remember this guy? You have such a terrible moveset. Oh my god, they're so sparse in Fire Red. Sand attack / protect earthquake. I can't believe I got this theory. But you did have plus speed minus defense, so that was cool. Kanto, that's all it says. Dang. And then we got some random Executor. You can definitely tell that's who caught in Safari Balls, the Safari Zone, because they have Safari Balls. But I want to see our little Blitz and Bam. Minus speed. That was terrible. Plus special defense. Thunderbolt, Pin Missile, Shadow Ball, Thunder Wave. I remember that Shadow Ball coming in clutch a couple times on Agatha. We'll be right back when we have all of our teammates, because apparently I gotta get rid of the HMs on them. We'll be right back. Alright, back after I am migrated the next 6. I haven't caught them yet, but doing that process made me realize why you need to save. Just put it simply, the game will think that you haven't caught the 6 Pokemon yet if you haven't saved. So you need to save and then migrate more, because if you don't, then you can't do it, and yeah, it's just a dumb process, but you have to save. So I saved, and then I have the next 6 migrated over, which means I have to import 2 random Pokemon again, and that's just unfair. 2, 1. We're gonna speed this process up. In fact, I might actually even cut it out just because we already know how this works. So yeah. Hey, there's our beat. He had Fly, so we had to get rid of that. What's very stupid was that my Venusaur had Flash. For some reason, I thought you needed it in Cerulean Cave, so I gave it Flash, which was so dumb. So we should have probably actually had Venusaur on the last one. But yeah, it doesn't matter. We're gonna cut the rest of this out because we already know how this works. It did not need to take that long to find Kazi. I've been here. I'm at the 39-minute mark of a new recording. I split this up when I had to go back into MGBA to get the next 4. It did not need to take this long. God, it's not even a legendary. How long do legendaries take? Caught all the stock Pokemon. My time is gonna be, oh wow, my time wasn't even that bad. 1,000 points on time. We still beat, okay, we still beat Silver. Is Silver the bare minimum or something? Or like, yes, put it in the box. You'll not have to save the game. Alright. Well, we're gonna have to save the game anyways, but I don't care about you, Ralph. We're gonna save the game anyways because we have to import this all the way back into the other emulator. If you're not using Melon DS, then you can just, I don't know, just run around. Alright, you're done. But we have to import this back. So we're gonna save. I don't care about you, Ralph. Exit. Go back to Melon DS. File. We're gonna open this. Our lovely Heartgold. Import save file. There we go, right there. Yep. Alright, figured out the issue with that one. I don't know why that didn't work the first time. I just went back into DesMume and then I exported the backup memory. That's what you have to do instead of just taking the save. And then once you load up Melon DS again, then you import that export backup memory into Melon DS, which is how you get that to work. Now that we have that, oh, I'm gonna get my mouse off the screen. There we go. Now that we have that, we can finally check in on our 66 instead of 54 Pokemon. Move. Let's see these little guys. I gotta do a little bit of house cleanup first. What do I have in the third one? Oh, just a Unone? You guys are going in the special box. Okay, and we're gonna take everything. I also brought over an Aerodactyl. Did I bring over an Aerodactyl? No, I brought it over a Hitmonlee and a Nidoqueen. Okay, cool. Yes, I'm an Arcanine user. You have 2 moves, which is sad. Those 2 moves that I did have was Surf and Waterfall. Gotta love the mixed attacking. That can actually be used. Alright, now that we have everything over here, we gotta clean this up, but I'm gonna do that later. I'm gonna do that off screen. We're gonna go into summary. Let's check out our Fearow, docile nature that we had on you. Would have had Steel Wing, Pursuit, Drill Peck, and Fly. You had a neutral nature. It's pretty cool. Extreme Speed, Iron Tail, Flamethrower, and the other one would have been Strength plus Attack minus Defense. Wow, that's cool. And we also brought over a Charcoal. Oh yeah, also our items are brought over as well. You had a Mystic Water, and you had minus Special Attack plus Special Defense. Oof. Brick Break, Ice Beam, and what would have been Surf and Waterfall. You had Flash for some reason. The other move was just Poison Powder, but I don't know why I did that. Sleep Powder, Toxic, Frenzy Plant, and Flash. And you had plus attack, minus special defense. Pretty cool to see these guys. I like bringing them back. I always like Battle Park. Now that everything is done with this, oh my god, this is going to be quite the editing process just because of how many times I have to mess this up. Next time on Pokemon Heartgold Soulsilver, let's take on the gym, which is no longer Koga. It's going to be his daughter, who we've heard to be is Janine. See you guys then.